DC here. Yeah, I am on. Yeah, DC here. Hi, guys and gals. Well, hope you're all well. Today is Tuesday. Papa Rock used to say that. I wonder where she is. I haven't seen her in so long. Anyway, today I was reading something on the Atlantic magazine, and there's a rather interesting article. It was like, why rich kids are so good at the marshmallow tests. So there's this little picture, of a bowl of marshmallows. Well, that test, I printed it out as well, but finally I thought I didn't have the picture of the marshmallows, so I was going to do that over a lunch vlog, and finally didn't have enough time. So the idea behind this test was that you would bring children in, you'd put marshmallows there, and you would give them one, and tell them, you give them a cue like, I don't know, you'd have to wait so long or do something, or, some type of cue, and then you'd say, and then when that's done, or you've waited that long, you can get another one, and you could go on that way. And the idea here was to test the willpower, or the one could say the drive to get more, and so on. And that was used as some type of measurement for the success in life, or something like that. Now, psychology, it seems like this, I would almost say this type of, should I say low key? Anyway, this type of psychology is having more and more problems in the results, because one doesn't seem to be able to repeat them so well, and that they don't actually hold up, especially over the test of time. Now, the article basically has a title, Why Rich Kids Are So Good at the Marshmallow Test. Now, when I saw the title, I didn't even read the article, and I already had basically what I consider is the same answer that they put in there, is that rich kids don't mind a wait. People that have a lot of, are used to getting, enough food at home or stuff like that, or what, they know that they can wait. It'll be there. That's not like something that it's not a live or die situation. If you bring, what was that? If you bring children in there that barely have enough to eat, or in the other, I was going to say in a spectrum where they're not living off of the same conditions, and where actually their life situation is difficult, they might think, well, I don't really care if I wait, I get another one, it's there. I can actually take as many as I want. Why wait for a reward? It's there. And now, there were a lot of actually social cultural suppositions there, is that, you could find out who were the go-getters and who were eventually, I could say, the problem people, and so on. But finally, in the end, it almost seems like, with looking at this test in a new and fresh way, is that it might just simply be some type of measurement of how well you or your family are in life. Now, that kind of sounds good, but basically maybe it's just simply a test on a person's character. I know people that have not had money in their life, but they have pride, and they have, and I don't mean a bad type of pride, but I mean they have pride, they have honor, and so on. And if you give a promise, they will hold to it. And I know rich kids that wouldn't give a for that, and they would just say I'm entitled to it, and would make a tantrum probably, as so many people, if they didn't get what they wanted. So I don't know. I mean, when I look at these tests, and I mean, this isn't a supposedly good magazine, but when I look at articles like that, I kind of wonder, like, well, Are they trying to dumb us down? I mean, I don't know. These are articles, you know, in what usually is a pretty good level magazine, slightly progressive, well, maybe more than slightly at times. Progressive, I'm using the political speak in that respect, but I mean, you know, to the left leaning slightly, not completely left, not like Slate or that type of garbage, but you know, it's a good magazine. Yeah, it is. It's a good article, and they have a lot of good articles. So, you know, pop psychology at times remains that, pop psychology. Sometimes, isn't it strange? I mean, just good old common sense could tell you a lot more. But, I mean, you put these tests and you try and prove it and so on. I don't know. There's a certain amount of things that one could say, you know, within, just like within neuroscience, you know, like this is the pleasurable award type thing. And, you know, what is, that's the other thing. I mean, you know, it's the sugar thing. What if you don't like marshmallows? I mean, if you brought that test over here in Europe, you wouldn't actually get that many people bothering even to probably take the first one. They don't tend to like marshmallows. I've noticed that. They like other things, which are just as gooey and yucky, basically, as a marshmallow. But, you know, anyway, you know, so it's a cultural thing as well. So what else? You know, so that's one thing. So I guess that, you know, that's, I saw that and I thought, you know, I'd ask your opinions on it. What do you think of these pop psychology tests? Sometimes I wonder if it's not just like the same thing as reading your horoscope, you know. You kind of know what's going to happen and you expect that if you read into it, you will always find what you want, right? Oh, whatever. So you hear the birds again. It's a nice day overall. They said it was going to rain, so it's probably going to come. We've been having a lot of rain lately. Mrs. DC is at work. So she worked over the weekend. She did not work on Monday, but she'll be working Tuesday and Wednesday, and I think then it'll go to next week. Yeah. I just received, you see I'm jumping from one subject to another. I just received, oh, I've got my own marshmallow thing here. Yeah. Tell me what you think about it. I received in the mail today, at the box, a completely new internet setup. So basically a router, but like the latest generation that's supposed to be really like top, have an excellent Wi-Fi and so on and so on. And different frequencies in the Wi-Fi for those who know it. So I mean basically, you know, the top of the line router. It was not quite given to me, but almost as an offer, being a good client with Swisscom, and I got what they call the Wi-Fi box, which is kind of an extender, basically, of the Wi-Fi strength if you need it, and so on. So that should really help because the televisions are connected with Wi-Fi, and sometimes it can be a slight issue. So this should help it a lot. Now the marshmallow thing is, I could try and set it up tonight, but if it goes wrong, I'll end up working probably part of the evening to get it to set up. And by the time that Mrs. DC will be here, she likes to come and relax and watch a little bit of television, and maybe the television wouldn't be working. So what will I do? Well, I've decided, actually, that I am not going to set it up tonight, and I'm going to wait for the weekend where I have actually more time and I can take my time. Now that is kind of different to what I would usually do. I would usually have jumped right into it and done it. So is there some type of thing there? Am I showing a certain amount of confidence or a certain amount of lack of confidence? Or am I just being considerate? Or maybe you could look at it completely other way. I might just be lazy. That's probably that option, actually. Because this way I've got other things. I want to do some editing for films for the Foundation for the Africans and so on. And if I start doing other stuff, okay, so see, pop psychology doesn't always work. Okay, the marshmallow effect. DC signing off. Take care, everybody. Hope you have a good Tuesday. Bye-bye.